Okay, this is my second interview with a friend and colleague of mine, a co-worshiper here at Paoli United Methodist Church. This is Terry Derstine. He is our lay leader at one of our two lay leaders here at Paoli, and Terry and I serve on the finance committee together. And Terry and I also perform with Rising Sun, the Paoli United Methodist Church praise band. So, Terry, thanks very much for coming and giving your opinions and helping me answer this question in my candidacy guidebook.
My pleasure.
The first question, and I'll just throw it out generally. What's your perspective of me as in my role as chairman of the finance committee and chairman of the stewardship committee? Given the fact that we've been on finance together for about a year now, what are your views in that regard?
You've been doing a wonderful job. It's quite obvious we had a very successful campaign. What do you call it? The pledge campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And so you and your wife both did a wonderful job, and I appreciate all the work that you put in for that. And since you stepped in as the chair of finance, I mean, it's been going very well. I must commend you on how much you've learned. You stepped in with virtually no experience whatsoever, and I know you've suggested some things, tried some things, and there's been some we tried that, we can't do that anymore. And I love the way that you address each and every point. Let's try it again, or you're able to determine, if you did that and it doesn't work that way here, then all right, we'll come up with a different. And your discernment on how to tackle each approach, I think, has been spot on. Your leadership abilities through finance, it's just been fantastic. Great job leading it, keeping it focused, keeping on track. I think what to discuss and how to discuss it, and how to tackle the issues. It's been a pleasure being part of finance, and that's probably my least favorite committee to be on as lay leader.
Well, we've definitely had some challenges this year, haven't we?
Yes, we have. There's been a lot with the just the, I guess, our numbers in both church, people, members of church, and then also it shows in our budget. The budget numbers have been down, so because the membership has been down lately.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
So that's great, Terry. And the second question has to do with witness and, how you perceive my witness to Jesus Christ and my witness as a member of this church. And as I mentioned with Fran, I mean, to me, this really goes to our experience together in Praise Band with Rising Sun. Could you just talk a little bit about how we've done with Rising Sun?
Yeah, well, Rising Sun's been, I mean, what a greater witness than to have people go up there and sing and provide a worship experience for people to connect with God through music. I almost wish, as much fun it is to play to an audience, I wish they would join us in singing. We always present the words, but no, as far as being a witness, you always have the cross on. I think just having that around your neck and having it prominently displayed is just showing the world, hey, this is who I am. And you don't need to, as a witness, you don't need to beat people over the head with anything. Just live your life and live your life fully. One comment, and I make this about almost everybody in our church, virtually everybody, is that we just don't always do a good job of talking about God when we're outside of church.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no reason to not discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something I'd like to see people of our church do. I know I've been working on it. We meet every Friday morning, our men's group breakfast at Nudi's, and the waitresses there know that we're a church group, and we've invited them to our church, and we got one to come. She's unfortunately moving. I think we could get them to be a member, but they just decided to move away, her and her husband. But your witness is fantastic. What you're doing through the band, what you're doing, going to seminary. I think you give a good testimony to the Lord.
Okay, great. And the last question here, and I really sort of couched this rather than in terms of resolving conflict or achieving social reform. The way I'm approaching this last bit is to ask you just, and to be brutally honest, where do you see areas for me for personal growth? And I'm completely open to constructive criticism, and I invite you to be frank.
All right. For areas of growth, like I said, maybe even though you're wearing the cross, wear your faith a little bit more, on your sleeves. I know, I wanted to discuss some stuff with you, just ask you some questions, as I represented you, or I forget what the term is, for pastor, but just be a little bit more open with faith. And like I said, I could say that to almost every Christian. Just be a little bit more open with your faith. You have a confidence about you, and I know that can rub some people the wrong way. I've got to know you very well, and I know that what comes out, your confidence, can come out as like a form of hubris, but when pushed back, if called upon, push back a little bit. You're a very loving person. I just know that that initial, I'll call it confidence, can be a little bit disconcerting to some people until they get to know you. That's probably about it.
Great. Well, I appreciate your being honest and forthright here, and thank you very much for bearing witness for me, Terry. Appreciate it.
Thank you.